Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Martin and Shithead Show. I'm the Double A Ron.
I'm Shithead Dave.
And we're sitting here today with a very, very close friend of mine, the mighty Thorh13 from YouTube, Twitch, you name it. He's all over the internet, even the Tonight Show. He's in Jay Leno. He was with Jay Leno, The Late Show, Tonight Show. I can't remember which one that is.
Yeah, Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
What's up, everybody?
We're going to talk a little bit about today about online gaming, whether it be your MMOs or whatever, what have you. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to the FNX network. This is the inaugural Martin and Shithead Show, first ever one we're doing for the FNX network, so I want to give a big shout out to them.
Yeah, and I don't know how many people watch the Frustrated Wrestling, but yes, I am Shithead Dave from that too. We're going to be going back and forth from podcasts because we are from the Broke Ass Podcast Network, where it's like a broke ass media YouTube channel where a lot of people do podcasts on there. And we struck a deal with the guy running this website where we have both Frustrated Wrestling and the Martin and Shithead Show. So here we go with this one.
All right, so let's we'll talk first of all about like the thing that I feel didn't start at all because there were online games before it, but the thing that really started the big movement of online gaming, like the thing that made it mainstream. We're going to talk about WoW. If you don't know what WoW is, it's just short for World of Warcraft, made by Blizzard Entertainment.
I've been playing this game for about 9 years now, back in 2005, early 2005. This game is amazing, and it did do a whole bunch for the MMO community.
Well, not just the MMO community. We're talking about this thing had a huge impact on gaming in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it pretty much squashed EverQuest, right?
Yeah, EverQuest and EverQuest 2, it pretty much squashed it.
What is it? And I'm going to ask you, because that, like, you know, me and the big man here, me and Thor, we've been friends since birth.
First grade? Yeah, from birth. Yeah.
We've been friends for a long time, and I didn't start playing it when he did, but he told me about it, so I tried to play it, and he watched me try to play it, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it is. There's just something about, like, I don't really like the gameplay. I don't like the battle system's weird. For me, anyway. It's not like it's complicated, it's just weird.
Well, we talked about on our E3 episode that game, that genre, is like a niche. It's like it's a whole world of its own. Those players love that, and if you're not in that, you hate it. It's like a...
Well, see, for me, a game, unless it's like a sports game or something, and even sports games are getting to the point where they have this, but I like good storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be linear, but I just like something that has a storyline where it's like, you know, you start at point A, you're trying to get to point B.
Yeah.
There's just something about a game of endless leveling, which, I mean, it's not endless, there's a level cap, but just endless farming for loot. There's just something about it that seems it would wear thin, and it did for me very quickly. So what is it, Thor, that really hooks people?
Probably because the reason why you probably didn't get into it is most of the time when you're into a lore-based game, they put it into your face. Like, you have to read it before you can accept the quest or whatever. With WoW, they kind of do that. There's lore there. There's quests that actually make meaning to the whole WoW universe. But you can just bypass that by pressing the button and just accept the quest and go do what you have to do. I mean, they kind of have both. That's why it probably got so popular. It got to the people that didn't want to have the lore, but just wanted to quest and just do stupid stuff to get max level and just group up together and just go defeat a boss.
And don't get me wrong, I understand that there is lore behind the game.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like Magic the Gathering in a sense of I have to go find and buy and read books, you know, or online content to try to find out what the story is. Like, I didn't understand the whole story behind the Lich King, Arthas the Lich King, until I bought the book.
Yeah.
And I read the book. I love the book. I love the world. Don't get me wrong. I love the world. You know, there's good storyline there. But like I said, if I'm playing a video game, I want to have it right there. I want the storyline right there present. Because you just get thrown in and then it's all of a sudden like, oh, well, we're the Alliance, you know. And
I think it falls in the category of hit or miss games. You either love it or hate it, you know.
Yeah, well, there's very few in-betweens with, especially with MMOs. You know, there's very few people who are like, yeah, I play it every now and again.
Yeah.
I mean, DC Universe Online is the first ever MMO that I've ever seen that people are like, sometimes I play it, sometimes I don't. But WoW players, you're either an addict or you hate it.
That's what it sounds like, yeah. I mean, in the early, probably, late 2000s, probably 2006 and whatnot, you didn't meet anybody who didn't try WoW. I mean, Vin Diesel played WoW with Paul Walker back in the day. There's some footage of them playing together, running side by side. Mila Kunis says she's played WoW. There's been millions of people to play WoW just because everyone else is doing it. They said they liked it.
Well, that's what a fad is.
Oh yeah.
But this game is more than a fad. I mean, it's
still kicking.
It's still kicking. I mean, it did lose a lot of its subscribers to League of Legends.
Oh yeah.
You know,
was that just a money deal? It was free to play?
I don't think it was money. I think it was volume of players. Because, I mean, gamers, we're fickle. You know, we're always looking for the new thing. There's very few games that have withstood the test of time as far as how many people are playing it still to this day.
Yeah.
Very, very few games. I mean, I think Legend of Zelda, you know, like those games, regardless of which one it is, like everybody still plays Ocarina of Time. Because it was as close to, I think, as we're ever going to get for a perfect video game. But other than that, I can't think of a single game, or even a single series of games. Because Final Fantasy, even, I thought that series would run strong forever. Even it has lost a lot of its, especially here in America.
It's very divided. I mean, you have, like, hardcore Final Fantasy X fans, and then some who absolutely hate it.
It's like Metallica
fans.
It's like Metallica fans.
Yeah, what era of Metallica are you a fan of? You know, that
right.
sort of thing.
You know, it's very few. Like I say, all of it.
Yeah.
And it's very few that you find people like me. The people are either like, I don't like their old shit because it was too fast and it was stupid.
Yeah.
And then they've got the older people who are like, their new shit is bullshit. Yeah. They sold out, yada, yada, yada.
Some people think they sold out from the Black Album, you know.
And I actually watched, like, the VH1 Behind the Music about that.
Yeah.
The thing that bothered me the most was the people who were bitching about it. Like, there was this one guy who was just like, all of us, you know, first of all, Metallica was this, you know, underground band, then all of a sudden the Black Album comes out and your sister wants to borrow the album. So how are people going to get salty about the fact that a band made it? Seriously, people are mad at Metallica because they made it?
So yeah, I mean,
how dare you get famous off of me, and I'm still buying your albums because I have to know.
I followed punk rock since I was a little kid, and like, if they go any close to gold, they sold out.
It's ridiculous, though. I mean, like, because that's what it seems like. Like Metallica, obviously, they're still making money.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're still touring worldwide, and they sell out every show. So these, you know, this handful of salty old people can just shove it, as far as I'm concerned, because you can't get mad at a band because they made it. It's not like their music changed drastically. But anyway, back to video games. I love me some Metallica.
Yep.
Except for Lars.
Yeah,
Lars is kind of
a...
Not that I don't... I'm not knocking the guy's ability.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the best drummers, period, especially right now.
Yeah.
But man, he's a dick.
Yes. Are you
like you're making all that money and you're going to shut down Napster?
That's what people hate him about, you know.
Well, it's not just that. Like it hasn't been done lately, but he's all like, well, I don't want to do music forever. I want to do acting. I want to be an actor. And it's like, dude, people hate you.
Yeah.
People don't want to watch somebody to hate.
And he'd be a good villain.
No, he wouldn't.
I'm going to attempt to comment on that, but also switch back into gaming. It's like, you have to figure out a way, and Lars is strictly against downloading music. And I'm a fan of Angels and Airwaves and Blink-182. Tom DeLonge, the lead singer, he sees the era of everyone instantly downloading your music, and there's no stopping it. So he tries to capitalize on other mediums to get money. He capitalizes on T-shirts and concert sales and stuff like that. And I think that's what gaming's doing too. Like Twitch and stuff like that we
were talking about League of Legends.
Yeah.
There's a friend of mine. Actually, we just released on the Broke-Ass Podcast Network, or it will be released. The Rockets Hideout.
Yep.
It's a new podcast about Pokemon. Well, the guy I do that with, he bought a League of Legends shirt, and it was like $50.
Yeah.
I think is what he said he dropped on it. I'm like, $50 for a fucking T-shirt? Like that's ridiculous to me. But that fan base, they don't care.
But he practically just bought a copy of the game. You know, if it were a market, a game in stores.
But it's just astounding to me the steam that's been that MMOs have built to where people are buying T-shirts. Like, who's ever bought a gaming T-shirt? I mean, like we do now, but that was unheard of back in the day. I mean, maybe Mario. There was a Mario shirt floating around. But it used to the shirts used to have the console on it. Like a Nintendo fucking, like,
Yeah.
here's a Nintendo on a TV t-shirt and it says Nintendo on it. Now it's just League of Legends. Like,
I mentioned Twitch, and you're big on
Yeah.
Twitch.
yeah, Twitch TV.
Yeah, it's like games like World of Warcraft and League of Legends, I think, really put Twitch on the map. I mean, you can stream anything you want there, but
Twitch is ingenious.
yeah.
First off, and the fact that it's free
And
is
I watch E3 on Twitch. You know,
well. See, but that's the thing. The fact that Twitch is free is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because in the world we live in now, they should be charging for that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not to be a member, but to be able to have your own channel, they should be charging for that.
Yeah.
They'd make a lot of money if they charge for it. But the fact that it's free is phenomenal.
Don't you have to pay to subscribe to somebody?
Yes, that's to support the. Half that money goes to the streamer itself,
Yeah.
and the other half goes to Twitch to help better servers and whatnot.
It's kind of like Wikipedia. It's like you don't have to pay.
Yeah, but what do they charge you? It's like
$4.99.
yeah, $5.
Like you don't have to pay, but it's like kind of like a donation thing. Like
Yeah.
to keep Wikipedia alive, please donate to us. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
We were talking about it before the podcast. A lot of people don't even really buy games anymore. They'd rather watch their favorite YouTuber play that game.
Well, and see, that's the thing. It's all about entertainment.
Yeah.
And
You
there's
know,
a lot of YouTubers going over to Twitch now.
Well, it's
Yeah.
all entertainment value. Because YouTube, like, okay, first of all, Twitch is live.
Yep.
You don't have to wait the day after, like, oh, a new game comes out. You know, before Twitch, it was if you wanted to watch your YouTubers do it
Yeah.
and commentate on it while they're playing and all that.
You
would have to wait a day,
or
at
hopefully,
least.
or hopefully the company that made the game sent your favorite YouTuber a copy early on and say, okay, you can upload this on release day.
Right.
Yeah, like I watched you play Grand Theft Auto 5 the day you got it. And,
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, that's the beauty of Twitch, though.
yeah, like back in the day, like I upload constantly on YouTube. I upload like maybe a 20-minute video, and it takes about 600 minutes
Yeah.
to upload.
Right, yeah.
I mean, if you were doing Grand Theft Auto 5 on YouTube, you would have to wait like half
and
a
you'd
day
have
to
to
see the
cut
next
it.
part. You know,
You'd have to cut it into different
Yeah.
parts. With Twitch, it's just live.
yeah,
You know, you get to watch, like, hey, this game just got out, I bought it, I'm putting it in the system now, bam.
all it takes is one
And
tweet,
now we're
come
playing.
watch me, you know.
Yeah, and now we're playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And some
That
people,
was a good marathon though.
yeah,
I watched you
it was
try
like
to-
34 hours
Yeah,
of
34
straight
hours.
gameplay.
You tried to get the alien car, and I saw you for like 2 hours try to like land yourself on a helicopter on the bridge. You're just like, fuck.
It's what you don't see on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's all the
At
mess
one point-
ups.
At one point, I think you like turned off the stream to scream or something and got back on or something. You got super pissed.
I might have
left.
turned off my camera. And, yeah, okay, I
You
remember
did.
that. I turned it. Well, I just left. I left the stream running, just left. Went for a walk, came back, and got it. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
but that's the beauty of what we, the new age gaming, and especially with the PS4 and the Xbox One having the ability to stream right from your fucking couch. You don't even have to have a webcam or anything anymore. You can just share and stream right there. One
Yeah.
push of a button on the PS4 and you're streaming. That's
Who would have
ridiculous.
thought when you were a kid playing video games that those games could one day make you a potential celebrity? Game players, they're celebrities. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
they got thousands and thousands of subscribers.
PewDiePie is the top one subscriber on YouTube
It's
right
so
now.
crazy.
Right.
Like anybody can buy that in the store and become a celebrity if they get the people behind them. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. I gotta say though too, I didn't see it coming. Because when I was little and we had our Super Nintendo, we'd all, we'd be sitting there, and depending on how many controllers you had and what game you were playing,
Yeah.
you were sitting there watching, waiting for somebody to die so you could play. And I remember being so agitated. Now, people literally pay to watch other people play video games. I've never in a million years, when I started playing video games, did I think that would be a thing.
Like you,
And it's a thing.
You
It's
would
a
sit down to
huge
watch
thing.
someone else play. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
that's
and
crazy.
even me personally, I don't have any knocks against Twitch or anything. I think it's
Yeah.
great for the video gaming, community, and I think it's great for the future of gaming. But I would rather play. I watched Thor play a couple of games, but maybe 10 minutes and I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. I would rather play, and I hope that, like, not that I hope Twitch fails or anything, because like I said, I love it. But I hope that gamers realize that, Like, in order for these games to keep coming out, people have to play them.
Yeah.
Has there been a I know the whole SOPA thing, but that wasn't the gaming industry tackling gamers, was it? Has there been like a rebellion of the gamer culture, like
all the times with the I can't remember the names of the people that like
copyrights and stuff.
That and
Nintendo just had a big spill too. They wanted all their content. Yeah, but when you think about it, it's kind of like a good commercial. Like I saw Tomb Raider being played via Twitch, and I wanted to go out and get that game.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, there couldn't have been too big of a rebellion because like PlayStation can't say anything. Because why would you put the ability to stream on Twitch on your console from a one-button push if you're going to bitch about the fact that people are using your content on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's the reason why they removed the HDCP in the first place.
Yeah. If you don't know what HDCP is, Thor here is going to explain that to you.
Yeah. HDCP is high definition copyright protection. Basically, it's because of the whole Blu-ray. That's what Blu-ray codec went off of. HDCP makes it so that you can't use a recording program to record that content through that codec. And now that they removed it, you are able to record that gameplay. Before you had to buy a stripper and bypass the HDCP, now you no longer have to do it.
So, I mean, they're obviously pro recording. They don't...
Well, I think I heard something at E3, they're incorporating something in their PS4 that you can stream straight to YouTube now. I mean...
I heard about that.
If that's not saying make playthroughs, I don't know what is. You know?
Well, because it's a great marketing tool.
Yeah.
And you don't have... There's no expense on Sony's account.
Yeah.
They spare no expense. Like, they don't have. It's not an expenditure for them.
Yeah.
Because it's people like us who are going to stream it.
Yeah.
So you get free advertisement for the game. You get a free advertisement for your console because it's like, hey, look what I'm doing on this console right now, sitting on my couch.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great advertising. So I mean, why would they have a gripe?
Oh, yeah. I bet
Nintendo has a gripe because Nintendo is so far behind right now, whether it be in console wars, content, you name it. They're so far behind right now that they are losing money on when people stream.
And they were so ahead of the game.
No, when you think about it, when we were little, I mean, Super Nintendo 64, they were tops.
Yeah, people are trying to catch up to Nintendo.
And then the GameCube came out, and I mean, everybody thought that the GameCube had like endless possibilities. Because it was a small design, but they said that the power that was inside that machine was supposed to be great, and I don't know if they lied about that or if they just never capitalized on it with their games.
That's when they stopped being creative around the 2001.
Yeah, I think that they just realized that they could make money regardless.
Yeah.
So they just did.
Put Mario in a different world and you can make money.
Right.
I hope that Nintendo actually looks at Twitch now, because ever since Mario Kart 8 came out, all of the big streamers were streaming it. And I even wanted to get myself a Wii U just for Mario Kart 8 after seeing a whole bunch of people play.
Well, you got to understand though too, Super Smash Brothers is coming out, and that'll be huge when it comes out. Yeah. People will want to watch it.
People do like co-ops, like big channels will come together to do that.
Right.
Shit, you know? But they'll find some way to make it a Nintendo way. Like they didn't want to do DLC, so they made amiibos. They did it their way. They're so like stubborn that way.
Yeah, well, I mean that's
it's the Nintendo way.
I mean, you can't say it's the Japanese either because Sony.
I'm just saying. Once I saw, I just got to say this once again. Once I saw Mario Kart 8 on stream, I was like, I really want a Wii U now. That game looks fun.
Maybe it's like us being Americans, where we're so used to either British or Japanese people being the evil characters in games. But I can just see Nintendo in their offices, just like, you'll buy it, just we're not changing for anybody, and they
have to, or they'll fail.
They're doing it slowly.
Well, slowly but surely is fine with me, because I'm holding out hope that eventually I'll have the same amount of fun on a Nintendo system that I did back when.
They always just do something to stay afloat. It's just like, you're ready to just strictly go Microsoft and Sony, and they're like, well, I'll buy the Wii U for this one game.
Right.
And that's what they did. Like, everybody wants to buy it for one game this year. Yeah. One or two. I commend you for, like, building this fan base off video games. Right there, that's amazing to me. Because I sit here and play Skyrim, and nobody gives a shit. But you've got this whole fan base behind you. It's really cool.
Well, I mean, and that's one of the other things. Another big point, especially about Twitch and things like that. It's all about entertainment.
Yeah.
People want to be entertained. Like I remember being in college, and I went to college for broadcasting, communications, journalism. Right. Well, I remember one time we were supposed to be doing a project, and he said, I want you to write me a story. It was supposed to be, like whatever, but he said no sports stories, and that pissed me off because he said you can't write a good sports story. And I was like, that's crap, because he said something about how it's not as big. And I was like, sports is like one of the biggest things we have culturally.
Yeah. And
it made me so mad that he wouldn't allow me to write a sports story because, I mean, that's half of our society nowadays is sports and our sports culture.
And even more overseas, too.
Well, video games is becoming a culture. Yeah. Like, not just a pastime, not just a hobby. Video games is a culture. People model their whole lives around video games. And entertainment, and that's part of the whole big thing. Our culture, quote unquote, because America doesn't really have one. Our culture is, I dare say, 80% of it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Hell, even politics is half entertainment. And if you don't believe me, then go ahead, watch Fox News, watch how much they yell at CNN, and then watch CNN and see how much they yell at Fox News. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Our country is based solely upon entertainment. So that's what Twitch brings, and that's what people like Thor. Thor's an animated kind of guy. He's fun-loving.
I like doing funny stuff on camera.
Right. It's all about entertainment, so that's why he's able to build a fan base. Yeah. That's why there's some guys that I don't understand how they have a fan base, considering I don't think they're funny, I don't think they're entertaining. But, I mean, that's just one man's opinion against his 60,000 followers. No. So
there's also, like, the people that are really good at the game. And they're actually really informative on how to get better at the game.
Right, and speedruns. Speedruns has become a huge thing.
Watching
somebody play a game that you love in, I mean, hell, what's the record on...
I've seen Ocarina of Time.
I was like, what's the record on Ocarina right now? 6 minutes?
More. I think 30, it was like 22, 18, around there. Right?
Really? I thought it was like 7 minutes.
Wow. I saw somebody doing 30.
But anyway, we
Cosmo
watched
Wright did it like a week ago under 25.
That's insane.
That.
Well, that's just think about that. Think about how much time you spent playing that game.
And he can beat it in 20 minutes.
20 minutes? You mean I don't even have to take an afternoon?
Yeah.
I get to just sit down 20 minutes and beat the game?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's why I give you so much credit, because there's so many people doing it, and to stick out, that takes a special, talented person. Because we're all from Danville, and like you said in your comedy, you walk down the street, nobody gives a shit about you. It's Danville, and we're just three normal people from Danville, and to put yourself on the internet and to have people,
have people
stick
care.
to it. Yeah.
I mean, well, before Twitch changed their rules.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing. What was it?
Shots
for gaming?
Shots for donations, more or less. Like,
so he'd be playing a video game.
I'd be playing a video game. If anybody donated me at least $5 because they loved my stream, I would give a shot in their name. I would take the shot, and it got a little out of control a couple times. Like, people were donating like $300 at a time. I was like, yeah, I'll take a dot for every $25 on that one, but that's still a lot for you. Cheers.
Damn.
But anyway, so my point
people
is...
like seeing drunk fat people on stream shirtless.
Why aren't we doing that?
Well, they put a rule in it now, damn it.
Okay. Twitch won't allow it now.
Won't allow drinking?
They won't allow that.
Shots for donations, because it could get too excessive and a danger to your health. I stopped when I knew I had too much, because I know my boundaries, but they're afraid that people that don't know their boundaries will drink too much and possibly die on the street.
Yeah, but the point being is that you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be shots for donation. I mean, like,
you can drink on stream for the hell of it and do stupid shit.
You can just find, I'm sure you could find some other thing to have people donate to you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you could.
I could. It'd be difficult because they also took away the donation giveaways. People that donate to you, they have a special spot and a fucking big prize.
Right.
They took away that because apparently it's illegal gambling. with the U.S. laws.
See, I don't.
That kind of sucks.
Well, then people are illegally gambling all over the place. Every single one of these benefits that you see where there's a raffle, that's illegal gambling then. Yeah. And if they're going to crack down on that, then they need to crack down on everything.
I know around here you can't even hold a raffle without a license. You can't do the little ticket thing. You know, it's like a fun little pull it out of the hat, you win a prize. You can't do that. It's against the law. That sucks. But
yeah. That's a whole nother problem.
We'll do a gambling podcast.
Yeah.
That's gaming.
But, well, I mean, hell, they're still talking about that riverboat casino that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It won't happen. Shit. It won't happen. But
where I come from, it's ran by casinos.
Right.
Indian casinos, and they make a fortune.
But, you know, that's something that I think that people should be able to do, though.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know how, like, you've got prize fights and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Video gaming, like, I would love to, like, could you imagine a Street Fighter tournament people are gambling on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what our country was built on, you know? Money and just...
Right, well, think about big shooters. Yeah. Call of Duty. Like, you know, you take the top players in the world and, you know, you throw them all in a room in Vegas and have people, you know, I got $20 that he'll win the match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, don't forget, like, the tournaments that are put on by, like, money pools from the community. Right. People donate to make the big prize pools, to give to the best players.
Right, and but that's, you know, that's the way that gaming's heading, and it's the way that online gaming is heading. And that's, I mean, online gaming, as much as I loathe it entirely, it's huge. Do you
hate the experience or hate the assholes?
You know, it's a little bit of both. I mean, because assholes I can deal with, you know, because I deal with assholes every day at work. When I'm playing a game, like, it just, there's people, the biggest thing that I hate are the people who just try to suck all the fun out of a game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, you play Call of Duty, nobody's just going to pick up a Call of Duty controller and be epic at it the first time they play. I mean, there's beginner's luck and everything, but rarely is it going to happen where you're just good at it. And I hate it, like, in League of Legends. It's a big thing in League of Legends, too. If I were, because I've never played it, if I were to go into a game of League of Legends right now, they would yell at me because I suck.
I played
and
League
I'm like,
of
well,
Legends.
motherfucker, I've never played the game before.
Yeah, I played for about 2 hours in my entire life, and they wouldn't teach you how to play it. The tutorial kind of sucked. I don't know if it changed, but they just, you know, they gave you
right,
no
but that's
chance.
My point.
They gave you no chance.
The fact that you have to be lucky enough to hopefully get a guy or two that's going to be like, oh, you've never played before? Well, here, we'll show you the finer points of the game.
Yeah,
you know, no, they're assholes about it, and they're just like, oh, you suck, get the fuck out of this game.
You said in a former podcast, you got to accept that you're going to suck for a very long time, and hopefully you get the hang of it.
Well, right, but that's the thing, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, I want to play a game where it's like, you know, even WoW, like, there's no skill base in WoW.
Well, with WoW, it's like, if you miss a day, you know, give up, because, like, if everyone's going for that level cap, and you're left behind. You know,
right.
You're going for that 80 level cap.
Sitting there farming pigs like on South Park.
Yeah, and everybody's like, I'm already at level, you know, whatever.
But online gaming, like, that's the biggest thing I hate about it. Really, I mean, is the people. I mean, the experience is all right, but it's not enough to draw me in.
Yeah.
There's not enough fun in an online game for me for that experience alone to draw me in. And the fact that most of the people, and I'm going to, you know, I would say 90% of the people who are playing are those asshole kind of guys.
Or just people as a whole are just like, man, this would be really great to play with other people. You know, I'm kind of bored. Let's play. You play with other people. I fucking hate these assholes. I'm going to my room and playing by myself.
Well, and see,
you know,
you know, for anybody who's seen any other content with me in it, whether it be on the Broadcast Podcast Network or maybe in person, I'm an animated kind of guy, and I'm violent. Like, I get really, really energetic.
You'll see it on Nerdploitation.
Playing games online and listening to people, oh, you fucking bitch. I'm just like, yeah, you live anywhere near me, you son of a bitch? Like, because that's what it is for me. People are like, oh, I'm so awesome at this game. Yeah, why don't you go, you want to talk all that shit? How about we meet in real life and I'll show you how much of a bitch you really are.
Yeah.
You mommy titty-sucking motherfucker.
We need to do a series where you play online games.
I don't think you want to, man. That's going to be graphic content.
You'll see it on Nerdploitation this
Nerdploitation is a show that we're doing on the Broadcast Podcast Network, It's basically it's kind of like Death Battle and stuff like that, where we take a hypothetical situation where one iconic character or non-iconic, depending, is taking on another one, and then we just debate it. It's 4 of us, and we debate it. Some of them we don't really debate.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. That you can check that out on the Brocast.
Can we talk about the fridge?
Can we talk about the fridge? Yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear that every time.
But yeah, it's called Nerdploitation. It'll be on the Brocast Podcast Network once we finally get that up and running. We're on the, we're trying to get that as up as
deadline's
fast as we can.
August. I mean, we're still we're more than halfway through filming the season, but it's if we're done or not, it's coming out in August.
Yeah.
We'll just do it periodically after that.
But it's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned for that. I think that's going to wrap this edition of the Martin and Shithead Show up. I am Double A Ron.
I am Shithead Dave.
And I am Big Man Thorh13.
All right, have a good one.